Hi, my name is Eddie, and this is a reading for Scorpio that runs from the full moon in March. So, from the 25th of March 2024. So, just shuffling your cards. Please subscribe to the channel. This will help the channel to grow so I can do you more free readings. So, a good shuffle, and I'm just focusing around you. And also press the bell icon as well so you get instant notification when I do a new reading. So just laying down your 10 cards on the table. So let's have a look at what's come up for you. So the first card is in the here and now, the present situation. What's going on around you at this time? Card I get is the Eight of Swords. The number 8 is a very karmic number, okay? So I do sense there's a lot of pushing and pulling, blowing hot and cold, coming and going kind of sort of situation. So there's a lot of extremes. So one day everything seems okay, but the next day completely the opposite. There's a strong sense that some lessons need to be learned, and then once you learn these lessons, then you can move forward. Okay, it's not about good or bad, but it's more about situations and being able to resolve situations. It's a bit like being in this computer game and wanting to move to the next level, but you can't until you pick up all the pieces. So like the gold or the key or the coin. So in your case, there's a strong sense of needing some more insight. So it could well be that you can't see the wood for the trees. You need to step back, and then in stepping back, you realise what needs to be done here. And in fact, with this card here, it is showing a release coming up for you. I mean, it does show you tied up, blindfolded, these swords in the ground which appear like the bars to a prison. But it's upside down. That rope can just drop off. You can take the blindfold off and then see there's actually a gap between two of the swords. Okay, so there's a way forward around this situation. This is kind of where you're at now. There's some kind of release, some kind of relief on the way for you. Card crossing is the Four of Cups. Yeah, I mean, with this card here, it's like you've been getting what you don't want emotionally. Okay, so it could well be that someone's being cold, someone's being distant, or you're not in a relationship, or you're not in the relationship which you want to be in, or you want in the relationship to change, because there's a strong sense of just getting the same thing. You know, these upsets, these tears, this coldness, this distance. But as I said, you know, with the Eight of Swords in the reverse position, there's a strong sense of you breaking free from this vicious cycle. And then once you break free from the vicious cycle, I do sense a much more healthier cycle coming up for you. So in the past, coming to the present, I've got the Empress card, okay? I mean, first of all, this card can talk about a pregnancy, okay? So if not with yourself, then with someone around you, okay? You may have heard about it, or it could be that someone's pregnant and you're going to hear some news soon. This could be like a sort of family member or a close friend, if not yourself. It's also about growth and expansion. So it could well be that you've laid down your foundations. Okay, you've planted, if you like, a seed, and this seed is going to grow into something massive with the right kind of sort of nurturing here. Okay, but don't forget there are challenging elements as well. It's a bit like the wind helps the seed to scatter, and then the rain helps the seed to grow. Okay, so even though the wind and the rain are challenging, it actually grows into something here. Okay, the same here. Okay, you put a lot of time, a lot of effort into a situation, and you are going to reap the benefits. As I look more forward, yeah, I mean, exactly what I've just been talking about here with the Hanged Man in the reverse position. It's very much this feeling of a release. Okay, moving away from this situation towards better things. Okay, see the light here, you know, around his head. So it's brighter happenings ahead of you. It's like you change your direction, or you change your perspective around a situation. And don't forget, if you change the way you look at something, what you look at also changes. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. But very positive, the Hanged Man in the reverse position. It's this big release. So you're going to find that way. You're going to find that gap. You are going to find that key which enables things to move to the next level. So your gold card is shown by the Seven of Pentacles. It could well be that you do find it hard to step back at times. Okay, you like being in the thick of things. However, it's a bit like not being able to see the wood for the trees. Okay, it's like you can't see what needs to be done, but if you step back from the situation, you kind of sort of see the bigger picture, and then you can see what needs to be done. It's a bit like you've got a plant which is growing, and you keep watering it over and over again. Okay, but the plant is just going to die if you do that. If you step back, see what needs to be done, go back, fix it, step back, and then you may need to go back again. Okay, but it's this constant being in the thick of things, which is kind of like preventing things from kind of sort of growing or moving in the direction which you want it to. But as I said, with the Hanged Man in the reverse position, looking ahead over the next 2 months, there's a strong sense of you managing to step back. There's some kind of big release coming here for you. Subconsciously, I've got the King of Swords here. Okay, it really does show you starting to be colder to people and situations, but I actually see that's a positive thing. So it could well be that you've always, or you have in the past, worn your heart on your sleeve. Okay, then people take advantage of your good nature, they take you for granted. Okay, so the more you can step back from a situation, which has been talked about here, the more things are going to grow. So the more you step back, you kind of sort of allow things to open up, and in fact, in letting go and moving forward, you allow what's yours to come in always. The advice card here is, I mean, the Moon card reverse is very much confirmation here. I mean, the Moon card upright is very emotional. It's been pulled one way and then the other, which was picked up earlier with the 8 on the 8 of Swords reverse. But with the Moon reverse, it's kind of showing what you're kind of sort of doing here. You're taking back control of a situation. Okay, so rather than letting the situation control you, you control the situation. So rather than let chance kind of sort of create your own reality, you've kind of taken the reins and you're actually creating your own reality here, so you get exactly what you want. So on the outside, I've got the World card in the reverse position. Interesting, you've got like a triangle here of 3 major cards. Okay, you've also got one here as well, but it's interesting there's a triangle here, so it could be around a love triangle situation, could be a third party involved somewhere, someone who's interfering, maybe someone who's thrown a kind of sort of span in the works here. Okay, but at the moment it's like you're losing the world, you're letting go of something. Okay, but there's a big victory wreath here. Okay, so it is very much about grabbing victory from the jaws of defeat here. Okay, and you must lose the world to gain it. So it is very much this feeling of kind of letting go and then allowing what's yours to come in. So your hopes and your fears is shown by the Hermit card reversed. I mean, again, it's this feeling of being in the thick of things. Okay, I mean, your fear is that things aren't going to settle. Okay, but they are. You know, it's like this transitional period which you're going through. And don't forget, it's a bit like a plane going from one place to a better place and experiencing turbulence along the way. It's like the path readjusting here. Your path is readjusting, and it does cause some turbulence. Okay, but better times are shown ahead. There's a big release and big relief coming up for you. You're going to take back control, but you must lose the world to gain it. Then the final card is the Sun card in the reverse position. It's interesting, another major card. All the cards here are major. Okay, so it does show there are some major issues around you. It's also saying there's big changes around you. There will be some tears, there will be some upsets. There always is as things kind of change. So you could well have to leave someone in the past or situation in the past, and it does cause you some upset, but at the same time you know it's the right thing to do. But overall, the feeling here is of letting go, changing direction, changing perspective, and then better times are shown ahead. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, to share, to comment. There's also links for free daily readings, personal readings, to buy me a coffee, and to my crystal shop. Thank you.